Today I'm going to show you how you can put drywall over this. Because see how the wire is exposed? That's no good. That's against code. And I'm going to have to take this box. I'm going to have to take this switch and move it over here as well. First, what I'm going to do is I got a piece of drywall. I'm going to put it to here. And then I'll use another one to finish it off. I'm also going to cover up the ceiling. There's the wiring for the water heater. Then down here, got the dryer vent, and you have the drain for the water heater. So I measured my piece of drywall out, and I cut out for the dryer vent. Hopefully that's going to be right. Might have to take the piece out and cut it little by little until I get it right. And I guessed where the drain line's going to be, so we'll see how close I got it. There's what the drywall looks like. I just went and cut out that opening for the dryer vent and made it longer so that the drain pipe goes around it. This is just in a laundry room. It's just to cover up the wire, so this doesn't have to be done perfect. And what I had in there before, I marked it so I knew where to cut it out for this conduit to come through. Now I'm just going to screw it in. You got to turn the power off on the breakers before you take these switches out. Look at that, some lizard eggs in there. Then what you're going to do is, there's two Phillips screws in there. This is only if you have to move a box. And we're going to unscrew those. And since we're going to have to put the screws in the side of the box now, you're going to have to take out these. There's a bolt right here, so the side cover pops off, so you can get the drill in there to get those screws in. So I'll show you that. Unscrew this bolt right here. Don't lose it. See, that comes off. Get those screws that you had before. There's two holes in the box. Just screw them in. That's in. Just tuck the ground wire out of the way. And remember, you try all this at your own risk, including the drywall installation. Anything you see in this video, it's at your own risk. If you don't know what you're doing, then hire somebody that does know what they're doing. Okay, now we put this cover back in, like this. To hit it. Now it doesn't want to go back in. What's going on here? There we go. Then just put this little bolt back in. Snug it up, don't make it too tight if you use a drill. Okay, that's in. And you can screw the switch back in, and then you can go back and turn the power back on so you can close this up, because it is pretty hot in here. You see, we got temporary AC set up in here because it helps, but it's still really hot in here because there's no way to seal this off except with the curtain. What you need to do now is take measurements so you know where to cut out in the drywall for these two switches. First thing you're going to do is measure this like this, and I got it roughly 7.5. So you go to your piece of drywall and mark it at 7.5, and you go this way 3 inches. So then you mark it at 3 inches. Then you do the same thing for the water heater switch here. You run it across 22.5. Since it's pretty close to the other piece of drywall, I just put 1 mark there. There's my marks down there. So I know this is roughly what the bottom of the box is. This is how far over the box goes. And that's the center of this is the center of the box, so it's going to be cut something like that. And you're going to do the same thing there for that line. Make sure that you measure where the top of the box is, which is roughly 6.5. Same thing over here. This one, let's say, is 4. I drew that line. Drew that line right there, so I know where the top of the box is and the bottom. There is how the holes came out. Let's put the drywall up there and see how good that I did. They line up pretty good, but the issue here is the light switch is way too far back, so I'm going to have to adjust that box, bring it forward. I moved the switch box forward a little bit, so everything lines up a lot better now, and you'll have to either hold the drywall yourself or have somebody help you and hold it, and you'll have to carefully cut out little by little with your utility knife until you get the holes correct to go around those 2 boxes, or however many boxes you have in your situation. Follow the other screws so you know where to put the screws at. Then I'm going to put this wall plate back on. Water heater switch, I don't know why. There's no cover though, so maybe I'll go and buy one to put there. Right here I might put a little spackle in here to fill this in. I'm not going to do anything special in here. This is just to cover up the wires, that's all.